Welcome to Whiskey's a Journey. My name is Peter Faciano. Today's Wednesday. This is my segment that I call Sip It or Skip It. I have all of my whiskeys randomized on my phone. I'm going to spin the wheel, whatever it selects. I'm going to pull it off the shelf, do a quick review, let you know if I'm going to keep sipping on the bottle until it's gone and replace it because I like it, or once the bottle's gone, if I don't like it, I'm going to skip buying it and move on to something else. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel, see what we're doing today. All right, we've got Dingle Single Malt. Dingle Single Malt. I think I have this. I got confused on the batch 5 Dingle. It's an Irish single malt whiskey. Let me go ahead and grab it, pour it, do a review. Okay, so Dingle is single malt Irish whiskey. This, when I first bought it, was $56.15. For the longest time, I didn't think Dingle had distribution in Arizona. I ended up getting this at a Total Wine. And Total Wine, I believe, is marking these things down. So if you are a single malt fan of Irish single malts, I think Dingle is something that you should try out. So before I get into this, I need to let everybody know I have an October giveaway happening. If you're interested in supporting the channel, all the rules to the giveaway are in the description below. All the information for this is right here, along with my Sip It or Skip It tallies up to this point. I also have a document in the description if you're interested in taking a look at the history or the totality of my Sip or Skip episodes, along with my Monday review scores. There's a document down there. Take a look at that. All right. Dingle was first introduced to me. I bought it online, batch number 5, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. A couple months later, after I ordered it online, like I said, distribution to Arizona happened, and I think Total Wine is carrying these. And it is single malt with a little bit of sherry influence. And a lot of times I've noticed in single malts, when they are sherried, especially with Irish whiskeys, I get a tinge of a sulfur note that is a little bit distracting, but history tells me over the course of pouring this and tasting it, that sulfur note starts to diminish sip by sip, and over time, I just kind of eventually don't notice it anymore. But on the nose, there's a sherry influence here, fig, date, raisin, plum. It's malty, and I also do get that a little bit of a sulfur note. Yeah, it's straightforward. Sherry, single malt. Let's go ahead and get this thing on the palate. Cheers, everybody. The viscosity on this is very silky. It saturates my entire palate. The very first thing that I get is a tremendous amount of sweetness, followed by a very dark raisin. Then I get hit with the malt note, a little bit of oak, and some cinnamon on the back end. And I gotta tell you, that sulfur note that I got on the nose is also coming through on the palate, but much less on the palate than on the nose. If you like a very fruit-forward, sweet Irish single malt that has some viscosity to it, I think this is something that you might want to take a look at. And for the price, $56. And again, I think if you get lucky and see these things on the shelf at Total Wine, I don't know if they're trying to get rid of them, but you can definitely see them on sale every once in a while. All right, that was my very first sip, obviously. Let me go ahead and get a second sip in, see if that sulfur note starts to go away, give you a little bit more detail on what I'm actually getting, and then let you know if this is going to be a sip or a skip. Second sip, everybody. There's definitely a soft, silky feel to this on the palate. Again, that second sip is coming across as very sweet, dark, raisin forward, malt, a little bit of cinnamon spice on the very back end, and there is a woody, oaky note that I'm getting underneath the tongue on the side in the mid palate. I know there might be a knock on Irish whiskeys as coming across as pretty plain or pretty boring. I think there is an extra level of richness coming out of this glass that I think you might want to try and take a risk if you're not a big Irish fan. If you are looking to get into some Irish, I think this might be one of those pours that might surprise you. And as far as the finish goes, I would say that this is a medium to long finish. There is a good amount of spice that is lingering around along with that dark raisin note. Obviously, the malt is still there, and it is finishing a little bit bitter, and that sulfur note I was expecting to go away is still kind of hanging around a little bit. I don't know if you are sensitive to sulfur notes or not. For some apparent reason, I think I am sensitive to that. Let me know in the comments down below your history with Irish whiskey. If you are sulfur sensitive, do you tend to pick up sulfur in Irish whiskeys that are sherry matured rather than other, like a Scotch or an American? Just let me know if you actually tend to get more sulfur out of Irish whiskeys than any other type of sherry matured whiskey. So I guess let's go ahead and move on to whether this is going to be a sip or a skip. Even though everything that I just told you, if you're looking to try to get into a sherried single malt Irish whiskey, I would suggest this, but based on what I have in my collection with Irish single malts, I don't think this offers enough to replace it. Even though it's good, I don't think it offers enough that I specifically would replace it on my shelf. I think that sulfur note is sticking around just a little bit too long for my liking. And even though it is silky and viscous, I think other Irish single malts that I have on my shelf, I think I would tend to go towards those more than this. I'm still happy that I got it, but it's going to be a skip for me. So that's where I'm going to leave it today. In the comments down below, please let me know your history of Irish single malts or Irish pot still whiskey. Let me know which one you prefer, or do you just skip Irish altogether. That's where I'm going to leave it. Wherever you're at in your journey, I hope you're enjoying it, and we'll talk to everybody later. Bye.